Hey guys, it's Ron Bass with another edition of The Ron Bass Show, your source for inspiration, encouragement, motivation, dry humor.
Sometimes.
Mr. Brent Atterbury.
It's a very beautiful day
It's
today.
a beautiful day in the Ozarks.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here too.
So, what happened to your eye?
You ought to see the other guy. No. We were training the other night in our jiu-jitsu gym, and I did a takedown, and when I went to the ground with the student, his knee came up and hit me right in the eye.
Oh,
Yeah, so that just goes with the territory. Not a big deal.
I haven't seen that before. So you don't have them very often.
No, I've had them before though. I've had
Yeah.
them. I've been kicked in the head, and I've been.
Is that what's wrong?
Yeah, that's what's wrong with me for sure, man. I'll tell you, it makes you. But everywhere I go the last couple of days, oh, you got a shiner? Yeah, I got a shiner. Thought about putting a patch on him. I'm not going to do that. It just goes with the territory, man. I'll wear it as a badge of honor. How about that?
There you go.
Look, guys, here's the deal, Pickle. Here's the deal, Pickle. I just love that. Here's the deal, Pickle. You got to do the dealio, man. You got to get in there, whether it's martial arts, whether it's business, whether it's fitness. It doesn't matter. Set your goals every single day. Make your list, and just go for it, man. It's not that big of a deal. People make success way too complicated. So at any rate, we're going to talk about some cool stuff today. We got some stories to tell. We'll get to that here in a minute. But basically, guys, look, health's number one. You got to focus on your health. And the only way you're going to have good health is, other than great genetics, which is going to help too, you got to exercise. You got to get to the gym. You got to do martial arts. You got to ride a bicycle. You got to walk. Brent likes to walk every day.
I do.
Something to get your blood flow going, get your heart pumping, get some cardio. That's the thing about jiu-jitsu, man. Like every day I'm in the gym doing the Stairmaster, and that has helped me so much to be able to get on these mats and do jiu-jitsu, which is like a form of wrestling basically. Gives me a lot more confidence than I used to have, for sure, particularly grappling with young people. Yes, you were going to say something.
Well, I'm just going to jump in and add.
Jump right in. Just jump right in.
I just had a situation happen this week.
Okay.
My mother-in-law, she is 84 years old, and she doesn't get out of the house a lot. She's very, very, very complacent or comfortable in sitting in the chair and watching TV, every single day. Well, and she has arthritis in her knee. She has a walker to get around.
Yikes.
But she lives on her own and everything's fine. Well, we get a phone call. She fell Monday.
Oh, that's not
and,
good.
We were able to get her back up into the chair. She said she was fine. Well, 6 o'clock that night she calls. She says, I can't walk. My knee is swollen. I can't get up. I said, well, I'll come over and I'll help you get up. She goes, I can't get out to the car.
Oh, my.
She goes, someone's going to have to carry me. And I'm like, well, that's not me.
Sad.
So I had to call an ambulance to take her to the hospital. And
Jeez.
at the end of the day, it actually wasn't a major injury. It was just the arthritis. It was she twisted her knee a little bit.
Yikes.
But she's been in the hospital for 2 days, and the diagnosis is we need to get you to the rehab center, and we're going to work on that knee so you can put weight on it again. This all goes back to, I've tried talking to her about walking and just doing some light exercise.
Yeah.
But you can't sit still and do nothing, because now she can't even go to the bathroom without help.
Yeah, it's sad. I see this a lot. It's like too little too late. People get up in their years and then they want to try to do something to help, but it's just too late.
Yeah.
You have to start now, guys. I did notice, by the way, some of our analytics that we are getting some older people watching, like in their 50s. So, anyway, maybe it's rubbing off. Maybe everybody out there that is subscribing is telling people to watch, and I appreciate that, guys. Because this is good stuff for everybody. I don't care if you're young or old. So last night I had an 18-year-old student in the gym. He just started working out in our martial arts school, and he just loved it. And we were talking about, hey, I don't care if you're 18 or if you're 80, this is good for you to get in here, learn self-defense, get some fitness, be around some really good people, camaraderie. So, guys, I don't care if you're 18 years old watching us or if you're 85 years old watching us. It's all good in the hood. And this is what we do with this podcast, in my opinion, is good for everybody at every age. Men, women, young, old, big, little, strong, weak, whatever. We're here to try to encourage you to do some things to make your life better. And I only speak from my own experience. I talk about this all the time. My life's experiences is really why I'm doing this, and to share. And I said something to myself the other day. Something happened, and it was like, oh my gosh. And I said, I should write a book. And I thought, nobody's going to read it. But then I thought, hey, I'm really writing a book because I'm doing the podcast every week. This is just the more contemporary way to communicate with the world rather than make a physical copy. I think more people, like even audiobooks, are more popular than people physically reading a book. Yeah. Speaking of reading, I saw this article. This guy, I can't tell you his name, but I remember I read this article. This guy could read from both eyes at the same time. So he would open a book, and this eye would read this side of the book, and this eye would read this side simultaneously.
I read that.
Wow, also. That is crazy.
Yeah.
And he could read a book in like, I don't know, 20 minutes or something, and he remembered every word. I don't know how that's possible. You must just be born that way.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. And people that have these special talents, I love it when they do something with it. Like I read about this young lady, she was like a girl, 7 years old. She was, I think we talked about this, she was already like writing a symphony. She could play every instrument at 6 and 7 years old, could write music, and now she's like in her 20s, lives in Vienna, Austria, and she performs all the time, and she's just a genius. But you've almost got to be born like that. That's crazy. For me, it's like I had to spend like an extra year learning how to do arithmetic. I was always a slow learner. So I appreciate people like that can learn so quick. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, tell you a story.
Awesome.
This is a good story. I probably told it before, but I'm going to tell it again because I love this story. Everybody probably knows this guy. He is on television all the time. And Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Comedian. And he has talk shows and TV shows. And make a long story short, early in his career, he was struggling as a comedian, wasn't making it, living in his car. So he's telling the story how he's in a parking lot, and thank you so much.
Yeah, have a good day.
Yes, sir. That's our mailman coming in to deliver. That's crazy, huh? That's funny. Good guy, though. Any rate, so make a long story short, Steve Harvey's living in his car, and he's in a parking lot at a hotel, and he's really discouraged. He's like, man, I've had it. So he goes to the phone, back in those days, telephone booth, picks up the phone, dials a number, puts a quarter into it, 10 cents, whatever it was, and he dials this number. And back in those days, this is like 30, 40 years ago, you would get a code, you'd type in a number, and the recording machine would play the messages. So one of the messages was, hi, this is so-and-so at the Apollo Theater in New York, and we've got an opening for you if you can make it. And he was like, oh my God, I've got $35 in my pocket. I'm in Florida. How am I going to get to New York? And he was so discouraged. He said, God, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Well, he one more recording came on. Say, hey, Steve, this is so-and-so in such and such city in Florida. If you can make it down here tomorrow night, I got $150 for you to perform. And he thought, oh my God. If I could just $35, maybe I can drive, maybe I can get there. If I can make $150, that's going to maybe get me to New York. So he hangs up the phone. He calls the guy. Yeah, man, you're on. He makes it. He gets there. The guy likes him so well. He says you can do another night. So now he's got $300 in his pocket, and he's got to be, I think, on the show like the next day in New York. He gets on an airplane, barely makes it. Right, gets to New York, gets to the Apollo Theater. And he says, hey, I don't have any more money. I'm going to have to stay here. You can't stay in the building. But please let me stay in the building. I promise I won't cause any problems. Make a real long story short, what a deal. Here he was ready to give up, and all of these things started happening in succession. And he does the show, and they love him, and they invite him to come back, and eventually he wound up hosting the show for 8 years. Now think about this. I tell this story to say this, guys. You're right at the edge of your patience, and you don't want to try anymore. Whatever your goal is, right? That's when you got to just keep going, because you're right there, man. And then the rest is history. I mean, now he's like the guy. I mean, everybody knows Steve Harvey all over the world. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, blah, 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 blah. But the moral of the story is, don't give up. Stay the course. And his story is just one of many stories like that. It's just that he's a well-known guy, so I like to use that story to make my point, right?
Yeah.
Don't give up, guys. I don't care where you're at in your career, where you're at in your fitness, where you're at with your relationships. Keep going. Keep trying. Worst case scenario, man, you're still going to get somewhere further down the line than you would if you gave up. Yeah, he's famous and all that, and I know what you're probably thinking. Yeah, but he was just like you and I, broke, with nothing but hope, and he stayed the course, man, and it worked. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. How about this? This gal is 80 years old, and she did an Ironman competition. 80 years old, and she was the first woman to ever do that. Okay, what's an Ironman competition? You have to run a marathon, 26.2 miles. You have to bike to 112 miles, and you have to swim 2.5 miles. She's 80 years old, guys. She started working out when she was 59. Did her first marathon, I think, at 60. You're never too old. People want to give up in their 20s and 30s. Come on, man. Look at this lady, 80 years old, and the first woman to ever do the Ironman competition. I love stories like that. I know the critics are saying, or the negative people are saying, oh, yeah, but no, it could be anybody. She earned it. She worked her butt off.
Yeah.
She was determined. That was her goal. And she worked out in the gym every single day, and she had trainers. Yes, she had to go through a process. It wasn't easy. I'm not saying everybody could do that, but you don't have to be that person. Just get up off of your behindy and go to the gym every day like I do and work out. You'll find that you can do more and more as you get into the trip. As you do more exercise, you're going to build more strength. Okay, look, I'm doing a jiu-jitsu tournament this Saturday. There's nobody in my category, right, because of my age. So I'm just going to drop down in age, or I'm going to go up in weight. Either way, I'm going to compete. I'm not going to not compete. Whether I win or lose is secondary to the idea that I'm going to get in there and test my mettle. Besides that, the more you work out, the more you compete, the better you're going to get at your skill. It's not that complicated. Yes, sir.
That black eye is going to intimidate the opposing.
Maybe it will. If nothing else, it'll be a topic of conversation, right? Okay. I've bored everybody enough. What say you, sir?
Oh. Have you ever had a McDonald's quarter pounder?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they just announced that the world's oldest quarter pounder is 30 years old.
What?
Yes, a guy in Australia back in 1995 purchased a quarter pounder, put it in a paper bag, and put it back in a cabinet in his house, and he's kept it ever since, and he's looked at it every once in a while, and look, you should see the picture of it. Here's a picture of it. All that really happened was it kind of shrank a little bit, but that's what it looks like now.
Oh my gosh, that is wild.
There's no mold, no anything.
Wow.
And I mean, can you say the word preservative? I mean, there's no way that should be like that.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
So.
And we're eating these things.
I don't know if you can put that quarter pounder on the shelf a week or two later and eat it. I'm not sure about that.
Wow.
But it's still pretty much intact.
Speaking of McDonald's, I had McDonald's last night at about midnight. We worked really late last night after our school, our home repair business. We were busy, and it was pretty dang good. by the way. Plug for McDonald's. We want some free certificates. We want some free food.
We probably
No, I'm
shouldn't
kidding,
have
I'm kidding.
mentioned it, but the quarter pounder still existing.
It's all right.
After
It's all
30
right.
years. And today is, well, first of all, yesterday, on a serious note, was in the United States National Veterans Day.
Yes.
So honor the veterans.
Yes.
But on a lighter note, today is National Chicken Soup for the Soul Day.
Ooh, we like chicken soup.
Everybody likes chicken
Yeah.
soup. Oh man,
Yes.
chicken noodle soup. Come
Chicken-
on.
Yep.
And then it's also, this is funny, National Pizza with the Works except Anchovies Day.
That's pretty bizarre.
I didn't know there was such a thing as Pizza with the Works except Anchovies Day.
No,
So,
I did not either.
Anyway, there
Anyway,
you go.
Anywho, anyhow.
And,
That all you got?
Well, that's all I got today.
Wow. I'm not sure what to say about that. Well, that's a pretty deep subject for such shallow minds, right?
It is.
Here's another story. One of my technicians had a gambling habit.
Oh,
Yeah, it's bad. He told me the story, and
that can be as bad as drugs.
so he went to church one night and he prayed, to God to deliver him. And so bottom line, he's driving down the road and he said, "The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want." And he said, "It set him free." He says, "Now, he said, you may not believe me that it was a God thing, but he said after that, he said, I didn't have the compulsion anymore." And I thought, that's really interesting. I think prayer has a lot to do with everything in life. If you really believe and you have a relationship with God, He can get you through a lot of stuff. It's not like He's going to do everything for you, but it definitely helps to have His strength, delivered to you to help you to get through the day, to get through a struggle, to get through a problem. I just thought it was pretty interesting because he was struggling for years with this.
Wow.
Now he has no problem with it at all.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
It is.
Not as cool as you.
No. Well, I was cool till I put my coat on. Now I feel warm.
Well, guys. Oh, how about the Australia? They've got a new bionic eye. All kinds of medical technology happening now with people that are that can't walk. With these suits that you can put on, walk, and eyes. Coming up with kidneys that are like made in the laboratory now. They take like a pig kidney and then they do some things to it. So there's more and more cool stuff happening in medical technology. I think that's wonderful because can you imagine being blind? Can you imagine not being able to walk? And we take all this for granted every day. You and I do.
Yeah.
Speaking of not being able to walk, terrible story and tragedy in my life. A friend of mine was walking just a few blocks from our office across the street and he got hit by a drunk driver. He's in critical condition. Cup happened like a week ago, but they say he's getting better. I don't know what that means, but he wow, can you imagine? This guy's like very well known. He's a fighter, MMA fighter, great guy. Came up to me at a tournament one time and said, "Hey man," and he helped me. He encouraged me because he knew I was kind of upset or disappointed or I was having a hard time, and he went out of his way to help me. And he's not even from my school. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, just a great guy.
Yeah.
And I never have forgot that. I'm thinking, man, this is so tragic. But I hope he recovers. But man, get hit by a drunk driver like that, and I don't know what kind of recovery you're going to have, but it's not going to be easy.
No.
But the point I'm trying to make is, you never know, guys. You have to enjoy your life every single day because you don't know what's going to come. You don't know what's next. I'm not being negative. Just saying, enjoy your life every single day.
Yeah.
And quit complaining. just go through the process. If you're struggling, embrace the struggle. Because, it's not going to do you any good to be upset or negative or be angry. Just keep moving. And you'll be surprised how that'll get you through a lot of stuff. I think we talked about that last week.
I like stuff.
Yeah. All right. Any closing thoughts? Any words of wisdom, sir, before we get out of here?
I just, at first I wondered if you were experimenting with makeup, an eyeshadow over here on your eye, but I guess that's not the case. So
No.
So
Well, I'm going to wear it as a badge of honor. How about that?
Badge of honor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, it's just another example of what he's suggesting about the eye is that you don't know what's coming your way. I didn't come to class that night expecting to have a black eye, right?
Mm-mm.
Could have broke my nose even.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if that would have happened, you can get it reset. All these things you can heal. So as long as you're alive and kicking, you can accomplish a lot.
Yeah.
Don't let things like this stop you from moving forward. Just keep trucking, man. All right. Here's the deal, Pickle.
Again.
Eventually, if you don't give up, those stars are going to line up, and you're going to be a whole lot better off for it. So just remember, until that time comes, and even after that time, keep your head up, keep your chin up, and always, 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 always remember to stay positive.